Module 4, Data Collection and Hypotheses Testing. Data collection, meaning in research methodology. Data collection is the process of gathering information, facts, or details related to a research study. It is an important step in research because the success of the study depends on accurate and relevant data. Researchers collect data to understand a problem, test a hypothesis, answer research questions, and draw conclusions. Data can be collected from different sources such as questionnaires, interviews, observation, experiments, books, journals, and websites. There are two main types of data. Primary data, data collected directly by the researcher for the first time. Secondary data, data already collected and published by others. Proper data collection helps the researcher obtain reliable, valid, and useful results for the study. Primary data, short note. Primary data refers to the original data collected directly by the researcher for a specific research study. It is collected for the first time and is fresh and specific to the research problem. Primary data is gathered through methods such as questionnaires, interviews, observation, experiments, surveys. Primary data is usually more reliable and accurate because it is collected directly from the source. However, collecting primary data requires more time, cost, and effort. Example: a researcher conducting a survey among college students to study their buying behavior is collecting primary data. Collecting primary data through observation, short note. Observation is a method of collecting primary data in which the researcher carefully watches and records the behavior, actions, or events related to the study. In this method, the researcher gathers information by directly observing people or situations instead of asking questions. Observation can be done in places such as schools, markets, offices, factories, and hospitals. This method helps the researcher collect real and accurate information about actual behavior. It is useful when people are unable or unwilling to give information through interviews or questionnaires. However, observation may take more time and the researcher's personal bias may affect the results. Example: a researcher observing customers' buying behavior in a supermarket is using the observation method. Collecting primary data through interviews, short note. Interview is a method of collecting primary data in which the researcher asks questions directly to the respondents and records their answers. In this method, the researcher talks face-to-face, by phone, or online to get information from people. Interviews help the researcher collect detailed and clear information about the topic. It is useful when the subject is complex or needs explanation. There are two types of interviews: structured interview, fixed questions; unstructured interview, flexible questions. This method provides accurate and in-depth information, but it may take more time and effort. Sometimes, the answers may also be influenced by the interviewer's behavior. Example: a researcher interviewing students about their study habits is using the interview method. Collecting primary data through questionnaires, short note. Questionnaire is a method of collecting primary data by using a set of written questions given to respondents. The respondents answer the questions and return the form to the researcher. In this method, the researcher prepares questions in advance and collects information from many people at the same time. Questionnaires can be open-ended, detailed answers; closed-ended, yes/no or multiple choice. This method is useful for collecting data from a large group of people quickly and at low cost. It is commonly used in surveys and research studies. However, the response rate may be low, and some people may not answer the questions properly. Example, a researcher giving a questionnaire to students to study their satisfaction with college facilities is using this method. Collecting primary data through focus groups, short note. A focus group is a method of collecting primary data where a small group of selected people discuss a topic guided by a researcher. In this method, the researcher acts as a moderator and asks questions to encourage discussion among participants. The group usually includes 6 to 10 people. Focus groups are commonly used in market research to understand opinions, attitudes, and feelings about products, services, or ideas. It is widely used in Indian market research to study consumer behavior. This method helps in collecting detailed and qualitative information through group interaction. People can share ideas and respond to others' opinions. However, dominant members may influence others, and the results may not represent the entire population. Example, a company conducting a discussion with customers to understand their opinion about a new product is using a focus group. Secondary data, meaning, simple English. Secondary data refers to information that has already been collected, recorded, and published by someone else for a different purpose, but is used by the researcher for their own study. The researcher does not collect this data directly. Instead, they use existing sources such as books, journals, reports, websites, newspapers, and government publications. Secondary data is useful because it saves time, money, and effort. However, it may not always be fully suitable or specific to the researcher's topic. Example, using census data published by the government for a research study is an example of secondary data. Collection of secondary data from government portals, MOSPI, RBI, SEBI, meaning. Collecting secondary data from government portals means using already available information published on official government websites for research purposes, plus. These portals provide reliable and updated data collected by government agencies. Some important portals are MOSPI, Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation, provides data on population, economy, and national statistics. RBI, Reserve Bank of India, provides financial data like banking, inflation, money supply, and economic reports. SEBI, Securities and Exchange Board of India, provides data related to stock markets, investments, and financial regulations. Researchers use these sources because the data is authentic, trustworthy, and easy to access. It also saves time and effort in data collection. Collection of secondary data from reports, CMIE, ASSOCHAM, FICCI, meaning. Collecting secondary data from reports means using information that is already prepared and published by research and business organizations for research purposes. These reports contain useful data about the economy, industries, markets, and business trends. Important sources include CMIE, Center for Monitoring Indian Economy, provides data on employment, companies, GDP, and economic trends. ASSOCHAM, Associated Chambers of Commerce and Industry of India, publishes reports on business growth, trade, and industry development. FICCI, Federation of Indian Chambers of Commerce and Industry, provides reports on industrial performance, policies, and economic issues. Researchers use these reports because they are reliable, detailed, and help in understanding real economic and business conditions without collecting new data. Journals and data collection, meaning, simple English. Journals are academic or research publications that contain articles written by researchers, experts, and scholars. They provide detailed studies, findings, and analysis on different topics. In research, data collection through journals means using information that is already published in these journals to support a study. Researchers read journals to find useful secondary data such as theories, past research results, and facts related to their topic. This method helps save time and provides reliable and scientific information. However, the data may be old or not exactly suitable for the current research problem. Example, using articles from research journals to study customer behavior is an example of journal-based data collection. News archives and data collection, meaning, simple English. News archives are old records of news that have been published in newspapers, magazines, TV reports, or online news websites. They store past news stories for future use. In research, data collection through news archives means using past news reports as a source of secondary data. Researchers use news archives to study past events, trends, business activities, political changes, and social issues. This method is useful because it provides real-time historical information. It helps researchers understand how situations have changed over time. However, news reports may sometimes be incomplete or biased depending on the source. Example: using old newspaper reports to study an economic crisis is an example of data collection from news archives. AI-powered data collection, meaning, simple English. AI-powered data collection means using artificial intelligence, AI, tools and systems to automatically collect, organize, and analyze data for research. Instead of collecting data manually, AI can gather information from sources like websites, surveys, sensors, social media, and digital records. AI makes data collection faster, more accurate, and more efficient. It can also handle large amounts of data and find patterns or trends easily. However, AI may sometimes produce errors if the data source is not correct or properly trained. Example: using AI tools to collect customer opinions from social media for market research is an example of AI-powered data collection. AI-powered data collection, chatbots, meaning, simple English. AI-powered data collection using chatbots means using computer programs, chatbots, that are powered by artificial intelligence to collect information from people through conversations. These chatbots ask questions to customers in a chat format, like messaging apps or websites, and collect their answers automatically. They are often used in customer surveys to understand opinions, feedback, satisfaction, and preferences. Chatbots make data collection faster, easy, and available 24/7. They can also handle many users at the same time without human help. However, some answers may be limited because chatbots cannot fully understand human emotions or complex responses. Example: a company using a chatbot on its website to ask customers about their service experience is using AI-powered data collection. AI-powered data collection, Google Forms, meaning, simple English. AI-powered data collection using Google Forms means collecting information from people through online forms created. With Google Forms, which can also use basic AI features to organize and analyze responses. Researchers or organizations create a set of questions and share the form link with many people. Respondents fill in their answers online, and the data is automatically collected and stored. Google Forms helps in collecting data quickly, easily, and from a large number of people at the same time. It also shows results in charts and summaries, which helps in simple analysis. It is widely used in surveys, feedback collection, and research studies. However, the quality of data depends on how clearly the questions are designed and how honestly people respond. Example: a college using Google Forms to collect student feedback about teaching quality is an example of AI-powered data collection. AI-powered data collection, Typeform, meaning, simple English. AI-powered data collection using Typeform means collecting information from people using online forms created. In Typeform, which uses smart, AI-based features to make surveys more interactive and easier to answer. In Typeform, questions are shown one by one in a simple chat-like format. This makes it more engaging for users compared to traditional forms. Researchers and organizations use Typeform to collect data such as opinions, feedback, preferences, and survey responses. The system can also help organize and analyze responses automatically. Typeform makes data collection smooth, attractive, and user-friendly, which often increases the number of responses. However, it may require internet access and may not be suitable for people who are not familiar with digital tools. Example: a company using Typeform to collect customer feedback about a product is an example of AI-powered data collection. AI-powered data collection, Kobo Toolbox, meaning, simple English. AI-powered data collection using Kobo Toolbox means collecting, managing, and analyzing data using a digital tool called Kobo Toolbox, which is widely used for surveys and field research. Kobo Toolbox helps researchers create questionnaires and collect data using mobile phones or computers, even in remote areas where internet access may be limited. It is commonly used in research projects, NGOs, and field studies to collect information such as health data, social data, and survey responses. The system helps in organizing data automatically and can also support basic analysis, making the research process easier and faster. However, it may require training to use properly, especially for new users. Example: an NGO using Kobo Toolbox to collect health information from rural villages is an example of AI-powered data collection.